I've already wasted minutes right there. Good afternoon, class. My name is Mrisho Amani Mbirikira. I'm going to talk about cloning and stem cells research. And there will be no question. It's just a matter of listening and see if you guys think the same way that I think. I am taking a genetics class at the moment, and I learned something about cloning, and I would like to share something with you. Cloning is nothing but the process of copying or replicating something. So if you have a paper and you go to the photocopier machine and make a copy of that, that would be a clone of the original. That's basically a simple definition of a cloning. But biologically, cloning is a little bit complicated, even though it falls under the same kind of concept. When you want to clone something in biology, that means you are replicating that individual, and they must contain exactly the same genetic material. So the question is, what's the genetic material, right? So we have to talk about where can you find genetics? The genetics material are found within the cells. As you can see, I have provided the picture of the bacteria on the first page, if you can look at it. The genetic material is within the nucleus. If you look on the second page, which is right here, it shows the picture of the cell. The genes or the genetic material within the nucleus. You don't have to know about these things, but the simple explanation is that our skin, for example, is made up of cells, and each one of them, it look like this. Each one of that, it look like this. And there should be a gene within the nucleus that controls how we look, how we speak, and everything else. So gene is very important. So unlike a copy of the paper, when you make a replica of another organisms, you have to make sure all the stuff within the nucleus are being transferred to that individual. Now, at the moment, we are not cloning, or we are not making a copy of a human being. We do not do that. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm aware that we make a copy of other organisms like sheep or goats or so many other animals. I have included a picture of a sheep here, as you can see. The sheep here is called the dolly. He was cloned in 1996, and it passed away in 2003. So that is like a mother, I can say, but in cloning we don't have a mother. I mean, we don't have a two-parent. We can either have a mother or you can have a father. So that is like a surrogate mother, and that's the child. And this is a replica of that one. They look exactly the same, right? But the problem is, at the moment, why we don't have a human replica, just like a sheep? There is a controversy between East and West, or different parts of the world. In the United States, they don't allow to clone human beings, but they allow cloning sheep or other animals. In Europe, they don't allow cloning human, but at the same time, they don't even allow cloning sheep. They don't allow cloning anything. But the whole idea about cloning, the way I look at it, is something that we can allow it, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm saying that to say this. There are so many important people around the world that we feel like they have to be replicated again. Not everybody have to be replicated. I feel like some few individuals, the most peculiar individual, have to be replicated. How many of you are using iPhone? Right, like a majority of you guys use iPhone. But we lost Steve Jobs, who was like a founder of iPhone. Now imagine if we replicated the same individual like that. Are we going to have iPhone, or probably a dab of iPhone? Something very amazing. So people like that, individuals like that, we can replicate them, right? I've included a picture like Michael Jordan. I know most of you guys like NBA, basketball, right? How many of you guys want Michael Jordan to come back again on the NBA? I can say pretty much all of you, right? So we can replicate that too. So the reason why there is a controversy whether we can allow cloning or not is the fact that there is a religious institution that feel like cloning is absolutely immoral. So they don't allow that. At the same time, in terms of the government, they feel like it's not safe. How can you replicate something and be sure that individual will be okay? Right? But we have the evidence already, like I showed you here before. We have a dolly who was cloned and survived like 7 years, from 1996 to 2003. And for the life of a sheep, that's just quite amazing. It's a pretty long time, right? So we can go ahead and use that as a base to create a particular individual, or those a special individual, right? We have to pick and choose. So what we need to do is just to create like international body that will approve who have to be cloned and who is not to be cloned. Just like the way we pick who is going to be the winner of Nobel Peace Prize, like a very few selected individual get that. So we can also pick and choose who have to be cloned again. And like I said again, it's going to be advantageous to the world, creating people who are very intelligent, who are very athletics, and we don't want them to go away again, right? We probably can bring back George Washington, right? Abraham Lincoln. It's very unfortunate on their time genetics wasn't there, because genetics had just developed about the year 2000. So for those that we been born from that particular time to the present time, they can have that advantage. Like, we do not want to lose people who are very smart or very intelligent or they're very athletic. We can bring them back. The most important advantage, again, about the idea of a cloning, think about the species that are said to be endangered, that they're about to pass away, they're about to be extinct, like dinosaurs. We can bring the dinosaur back again. If we can find the cells of a dinosaur, like in Iceland, I've included a picture of a dinosaur here. We can bring them back again, and probably we can have a completely different kind of population on Earth. Now, let me explain a little bit how the cloning works. Cloning, unlike copying a paper, cloning requires, as you can look on this picture, you have to take a cell, reproductive cell, or even any cell, from one sheep or from one human being, and extract the nucleus, the material that I showed you before, which is right here. We need to take that out. I'm talking about animal cloning here. We can take the DNA out of this, and then you have to get another organism, in this case is another sheep, and take the one cell, particularly the ovum. You take the cell out of this, and you plant the cell from another sheep. Once you put that in there, that cell will start dividing itself. Once start dividing, before they start dividing, as you can see here, they just show the two petri dish. Over here, they take a nucleus, and over here, they take a cell. They extract the nucleus out, they put another one in, and once they combine them together, they can implant in another sheep for that to develop, right? And what you see here, they call it a blastocyst, which technically is like a stem cells. Like, these ones can grow to become anything. When a pregnancy happens, the beginning of it, all cells look the same. And then as time goes on, they can differentiate to become a heart, become a brain, or can become anything. This is what we call stem cells. Now, these cells should be implanted into another organism, and after 9 months, if it is a human, another being can be created. So it is really a simple process. There is nothing controversial about it, the way I look at it. And it is a process that can be done. And for that matter, I really support the cloning process. And that's all I wanted to share with you guys. And truly appreciate for being here, and I hope to see you again some other time. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.